We start with the war in Gaza, where Israel says its military has vowed to continue its operations, but admitted it is protracted and difficult. This is the scene live over the Israel-Gaza border, where we've seen continued bombardments this weekend. An Israeli military spokesperson said it was expanding its ground operations in the southern and northern parts of the Strip. It comes as President Biden has told the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that there's a critical need to protect the civilian population, including those supporting aid operations. The White House said that in a phone call between the two men, Mr. Biden also stressed the importance of allowing civilians to move safely away from areas where there's fighting. Greg McKenzie has this report.
President Biden told the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that as Israel continues its military campaign in Gaza, there's a critical need to protect the civilian population, including those supporting aid operations. But Mr. Biden said that he did not ask the Israeli leader for a ceasefire.
I had a long talk with Netanyahu today, and it's a private conversation.
Meanwhile, in Gaza, this is the new normal. Drone strikes in the border town of Rafah, emptying the local market. 17-year-old Joe filming on his phone, still clutching his bag of shopping and calling on God for protection. Israel launched its retaliatory operation after Hamas fighters crossed from Gaza into southern Israel on the 7th of October, killing 1,200 people and taking about 240 hostages. Since then, more than 20,000 people have been killed and 53,000 injured in Gaza, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. Its update this weekend says another 201 people had been killed. These Gazans are the latest casualties, rushing to Khan Yunis hospital following an Israeli airstrike. Israel says it has arrested 200 members of the Hamas and Islamic Jihad groups in the past week and has taken them into its territory for questioning. Israel's bombardment and ground assault has displaced some 1.9 million Gazans, according to UN figures, over 3/4 of the population. But it's hunger that cries in Rafah, a city at the southern end of Gaza, as thousands queue for something to eat.
These foods have run out at the market, so we can't find anything to cook for the people. Perhaps today is the last day we can provide food for the people. We appeal to the nation to provide aid to these people so they don't die of hunger.
As the fighting continues, there is now a real risk of famine, according to the UN, as humanitarian aid is only trickling into the besieged coastal territory. Greg McKenzie, BBC News.